I mean, they were already great against EG last time, winning 16-9, and then on Inferno, Liquid winning 16-10. So for me, it's all about Overpass right now in order to get to map number 3 because I just don't see Liquid losing on Vertigo. And if you look at the Overpass stats for EG, 6 times they played in the last 3 months, 3 wins, 3 losses, and a -7 round differential. Still not positive. Their only positive round differential is actually Mirage, which we might see if we get to map number 3. Over on Liquid, they don't play much Overpass, Mike. So that's the one thing that's going for EG. The thing is, when they played it last, it was against NIP, and they won 16-14.
It is indeed. Oh, here comes Brehze has found 2. That PT50 putting in work on the playground, and he's opened up a path towards the A site. They only had that lone presence. It's been read. It's been executed upon by the evil geniuses, and this is actually a pretty good setup as well for Rush. Can he collect a kill here? No. Yes. Yes, he can. Brehze comes in for the second. And it's pretty much a shutdown. There's really nothing doing in this round. There's really nothing to be had whatsoever. It does seem like this one's going to just fall completely apart.
Yeah. I think the one good thing for EG is they struggled against PA, right, in their previous engagement against them, and only won 2-1. It was a close matchup, close BO3. But today it was clean, winning 16-9 on Inferno and 16-11 on Overpass. So maybe that helps them build up their confidence a little bit heading into this matchup against Liquid. But I think it's still an uphill battle for EG, given the results they've had versus Liquid's results. And they are comparable, too, because both these rosters were formed, or the core of the roster was reformed as of January of this year.
Hold on one sec. Just throwing out a mild second. Let's see what can happen in this round. For EG, minimal investment coming through from Team Liquid, but it is all the money that they have available. What can these deeds like?
1:29 on the clock here. And EG are going to back off of Playground. Interesting. They gained the space and decided, you know what, we don't want to go that way. We're going to switch around to that B site. 3 of them go into Monster. 1 is around Squeaky Door next to a Liege. So this is a dangerous position potentially for EG to come into, assuming a Liege decides to flick around and see what's happening at that door. But it is not bad for him. If the door opens up, he can certainly flick around and get a headshot, but probably only 1 and done, assuming EG plays that right. That said, there's the 1 and done. Stewie takes him out, and before that, Automatic got Nitro. That said, Nap is still on the site here. He's got him 1, maybe a second. No. Brehze shuts him down. 3v2 in favor of EG, but Liquid's still doing a good job with these pistols and are far from out of this round, and maybe now they are. Shox is going to go down to Cirque. Only oSee left standing, and he's really not in play. He's got a Deagle, no body armor, no defuse kit. I think he's just going to carry this over into the next round, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, it gives it at least something, right? Eagle, some, but they're obviously not going to get this one through. It's a nice start for Evil Geniuses. Obviously, this is a matchup that means, I would say, quite a bit to them, right? Obviously, qualifying to Dallas is huge for any of the main NI teams. It's the expectation, to be quite frank. And this would be an awesome way to go about doing that. But it would also be really good for this roster to take a series over a team like it, because, frankly, it's been kind of bleak lately, right? It's been kind of rough for them. And any win they can take, any feathers they can put in their cap, that would be very nice indeed.
Yeah, and the thing for EG is it's been rough, not only with this new iteration of the roster, but the previous one too. So, yeah, hopefully things will start to come together. It's still only 3 months into this project, so there's time for them to get that chemistry going. And, of course, Stewie IGLing, getting used to that role with this roster. And we kind of talked about it before we went live. Not a very talkative roster, right? Stewie, the most talkative one. He has to deal with most of the comms, so I don't know. We'll see how it pans out for EG, and so far so good to open things up. There's Stewie taking down oSee. Of course, it's just up against pistols right now on Liquid side. And Shox does get the headshot against Brehze, and Stewie's engaging here, does get Nap, and Automatic takes care of business against Shox. So everyone's pretty much getting in on the mix here. Nitro's the last one standing, down to 10 HP, position known, and it will be done. But here's the true test for EG, in my opinion, as they take this 3-0 lead up against the rifles of Liquid.
John, I'm going to pull up our phases for a hot second here. Just keep talking. Just need to check a little something.
Yeah. No worries.
You're on screen. Talk to the people.
Hello. How are you all? I'm here. You can see my face. No, but yeah, I think that EG definitely need to find something, some sort of positive to build off of. And a win against Liquid here today would definitely be that something they'd be looking for. It's certainly not a guarantee that they'll qualify for IEM, but it's a step forward and a benchmark for them because they really haven't been able to find success against them. Of course, it's only in one BO3 and a BO1, and that BO1 is actually better, right? They lost 17-19 at the end of January, excuse me, but the beginning of both of these teams exploring these new rosters, and that was on Inferno. So I don't know, and I'm assuming that's why they wanted to try Inferno the last BO3, but it went the opposite direction because Liquid has had a chance to really build up that chemistry, and they've done a lot more in 4 months than EG have. 1:07 on the clock here. No frags to speak of just yet. I'm not sure if you guys are still looking at my face or not, but at least I'll talk to you.
We're not looking at your face anymore. We're back.
Okay.
Again. We're back again.
That's good.
It has been fixed.
Yay. Automatic and Cirque are heading into Monster, and in fact, they'll have 3 EG players here. 2 in Canal to greet them should they decide to come on through. 46 seconds left on the clock, so they'll have to make their play soon. They really are taking their time here.
Sorry, just adjusting our title as I
No
realized
problem.
I forgot to do that. All right, we're
No
good
problem.
now. I think I fixed everything. I don't think I broke anything this time. But here comes the hit on in towards site, and it seems like a player dancing around in bathrooms is actually going to be distracting from a B site. Jake and Elise is holding on strong here for the tune of 3 big kills. Naf came in for 1 more, and this has just been a shutdown of a round. Who's remaining? Who's still in here? It's Brehze, and he's down for the count. He's out of play.
Guess who's back? Back again. It's Elige with a 4K. 5 frags. 4 of them coming in that previous round, of course, and a round victory finally on the board here for Liquid. Elige, we saw him against Gaming Gladiators. He was unbelievable. You saw in that first map in particular, 29 frags for him. oSee was even better by 1 anyway, getting 30 frags, and oSee was the top frag at 43 and 16. But talking more about Elige, he has really been the story for them. Over the last 4 BO3s, 210 frags, 23.3 frags per map, plus 51 kill to death differential, and 96.3 ADR. He continues to be a star for this Liquid team, as has been the case for his 7-year tenure on the roster.
Oh, look at the setup. Look at this aggression coming through. Shock set up to play off of oSee's op. He's the close player. There's the shot. Okay, that didn't work out beautifully for either one. Instead, they just gifted a rifle on over. oSee will be able to collect the kill, but he needs to get away. That smoke goes down to give him cover as he escapes. They have still given the rifle over, and that's not exactly ideal. Meanwhile, it seems like Evil Geniuses are going to rotate. They've held this position outside of Monster this entire time, and at this point, it's just Nitro here. It's just Nitro here. It doesn't even have support from Heaven. And it seems like they're coming into this B-take. So nice play from Evil Geniuses. Nice call as well. They've completely controlled the rotation, completely pulled them. And on comes the hit. What can Nitro do? Just trying to survive now. Molotov to slow them down, allow his teammates to rotate on in, help him on out, and it has worked out. But a counter molly will lock him into graffiti, and at this point, that bomb's going down. This control is had. Nitro still manages to find a kill.
Well, Nitro doing the work he needs to here. Makes it a 4v3. Rush gonna get tagged down to 52, but he returns the favor onto Naf. Still nothing coming through for Liquid, and there's a response from EG. Cirque manages to get 2, but he will go down, and Brehze will make it a 1v1. 4 HP left. Can he clutch it out? He gets the chance, and he does!
Last
The
bullet!
3K for Brehze on the last bullet. 4-1 for EG, and I was just gonna mention, the one bright spot for EG as of late has been Brehze because of moments like that. He's sitting at 436 frags over the last month and 28 3-kill plus rounds. Well, 29 now because he's got 3 4Ks and 2 aces over the last month. So, yeah, I mean, look, for EG, at least they have Brehze doing well. Automatics actually played pretty well considering he spent a year playing Valorant. He jumped back into things in CSGO without much of a fuss.
Yeah, I mean, in many ways, this EG roster is kind of the reclamation project, right?
Yes.
You've got a player coming out of retirement into a different game, for instance, Automatic. You've got an on-fire Nap still finding a kill. Holy cow, Zone. He's looking for more. He spotted the next player as well, so that's information. The smoke down will just give him a little bit of cover to operate from. This is quite the play. Diving off the burning shelf. That's what you'd like to see. So the response from Evil Genius is to try and take some control out towards long, and a leash gets found by Automatic. He's getting adventurous in the sewers. He's going diving like he's a Ninja Turtle. Instead, might be more aptly described as Shredder. Because he's been shredded. It didn't really work. I tried.
That's all right. I like the effort, Mike.
I tried, John. I tried.
A for effort. He's going to come out here from long and looking to engage onto that A site. And it's actually going to be free and clear for the taking because Liquid gambled that EG would be towards B. That said, Shox was still lurking. Yeah, very big kill in the short bathrooms. That said, his position is known, but the numbers are in favor of Liquid as they're going to come right on back for this retake. Shox is the linchpin to EG's plans because if he can stay alive long enough, Liquid will be able to rotate around and really put the pressure on.
Killing Bank is huge.
There we go.
Killing Bank is very enormous. From behind the dumpsters, oh, they can't get it done, and that's the cleanup crew coming through. Defuse on, round claimed by Team Liquid. They got that one. That'll put their second on the board, and they survive with 4 players alive. They've got the op. They've got everything working for them in terms of that. To make that cash money. Get that moolah.
Yeah. That's a really good positioning from Shox and patience as well to make sure that he comes in at the right time and wins that first duel. And afterwards, just staying alive, as mentioned, was what Liquid needed as they came on in. And oSee gets that one in bank, and afterwards it's all Liquid, who are back on to their winning ways. Second round on the board, Mike, and both those rounds coming when they had the rifles. So far for Liquid, they've had some shaky starts on the pistols. Not really that many, but it's if they're losing rounds, it's usually at the beginning of the halves.
Unfortunately, folks, I do think we've lost our connection through our observer JRAS for the moment. So it is good old Scuffed Mike observing. Woo! We love a little Scuffed Mike observing. Just to highlight, I went third person there for added effect. That was definitely intentional. Definitely intentional.
I think they're back now.
I don't believe so.
Well, the other's just auto director. I'm not sure which one.
It is just auto, and unfortunately, with no delay in the server, auto is a little lost on how to show the action. Nicely played from Shox. Dance out towards long. There's no pressure here, so he can actually tuck in a little bit. Play this. Gotta be wary. Don't want to go down before the rotates come through, and that's just in the nick of time. Naf to the rescue. It's like he's on a horse rearing as the sunrise comes in, right? He just came through at the right moment to keep Shox alive, and that is going to be the round for Liquid.
Yeah, just the pistols coming through there for EG. They tried to go for a quick push to A, and yeah, Naf was right there along with the rest of Liquid to deny any space gained. So no bomb plant, meaning, well, they won't have full utility, but it's still more than enough to work with. AKs across the board here for EG. And they're going to send 3 players to the upper tunnels, a couple into Monster, and that's where the bomb is going. So you have to imagine the hit will likely come towards that B site, but you still want to gain this space out towards mid and not let Liquid freewheel out to Fountain. And, well, they use the utility to at least hold them at bay for now, but they're still very aggressive positions held here. Yeah, exactly.
This is pretty critical. He's got so much control. He's obviously going to have to reposition as the smoke fades. But on they come in with the site. That's awkward. Nitro gets caught in rotation. There's no one on the site. They've got it for free. They should get this bomb plant. Elish can poke back into the construction, but a Molotov deals with him, and he goes 1 for 1. They've already got this deep control. They've already got this bomb down. They've even got the flank out as Stewie comes late out of connector. And this one could turn into a save. That's a nice nade from Nap. That might coax them further in, but you can see he's still backing away. They don't want this. They don't want this heat. They don't want this action. The economy is not built up enough to deal with this blow. They are going to have to keep the big green available.
Yeah, I like the call. I mean, they do have economy. They could try for it, but they decide to pull the plug and ensure that the economy stays under their feet and they don't get trapped into trying to go for these retakes that just won't work. EG, though, up to 5. Not too bad of a start for them on their T side. Looking at the scoreboard here, it has mostly been Brehze up to 8, but Cirque pitching in as well. And Cirque is a player that's kind of been up and down, Mike, right? Mostly with his opping. Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say mostly with his opping, not necessarily
Yep.
mostly down, but you
Sure.
just went right at it there. Went right for the
I
jugular,
mean,
but
it's the kind of thing where, you know, I think it's really nice that Brehze is starting to look like he's in form because he had a really rough year as well. And I think that a lot of excuses and asterisks can be added into that last year in the old EG roster because there was clearly a lot that was broken with that team. But we're now 4 months into the new year, into this new roster.
yep.
How much time do you need, right? If you're going to get back to the form that we know that Cert can hit, that incredible upping display that we know he's capable of, it's going to happen sooner rather than later because this is a team that has a lot of pressure on their shoulders to deliver. This is a team that their organization, you know, made a lot about signing a major winning core that has expectations of being the top team in North America or certainly in contention. And these are the guys that they're going to have to compete with. So for right now, they're nursing a 2-round lead. But it's going to be a tough battle through this series, I think. And Cirque is a guy where if he could really step forward and go back to that stellar form that we know he can hit, that would be huge for this team.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's been impeccable throughout his career at certain moments, right? And they need that. There's no question. How long do you give it, though? I mean, that's a good point, Mike. I think 4 months isn't that much, but it goes beyond that for Cirque, right? It's not just this iteration of the roster. He's been struggling for some time.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know how much longer, how much more leash he gets. But I think he still has the potential to return to that form. He's still very young, only 21 years old.
Here comes the hit. Here comes the play. A spot is there, and Nap holds the line, at least for now. And, well, okay, that's going to work out pretty darn well. Locked out of sight. Today, trying to work his way through. It's a 1-for-1, and well, that might just have him done. There's no time on the clock. Brehze has to back away, and he's in the wind.
Yeah, just not enough time on the clock for EG when they're going on that execute, and Liquid capitalize. So that save pays off even more for Liquid from the previous round because their economy's in fantastic shape. They still bring 2 rifles on over, one of them the big green, which goes into oSee's hands, and the rest of them will be A1Ss, and a full-on buy will come through. We got a timeout here called by EG to talk things over. Yep.
Here's the thing. If you look at the scoreboard, you're like, EG's winning. Like, this is fine. It's T-side as well on Overpass. Like, it's good. But they won a lot of rounds off the pistol, and since the guns have come out, Liquid have looked to exert a little bit of control. And there have been a few rounds where Liquid have gotten through with way too many players healthy. So if you're going to make an adjustment, here's a critical point to do it, right? Because if you make the correct adjustment here, you can keep Liquid down. You can keep the control. You could have a really good T-side. Whereas if you lose this round, maybe you start to miss your window to have a really killer Overpass T-side.
Are they going to, yeah, I was thinking they have to force, given the money situation. It's just so unbalanced. So they're going to force up. It will likely lead to 3 rifles. One of them a Galil. Yeah, 1 Galil, 2 AKs, the Tech 9, and the P250. So they can take their time here. Try to find an opening frag, get a pistol upgraded to an A1S, and then it's a whole different ball game. They're going to send all 5 players towards the B site. In fact, immediately into water. Yeah, Brehze is out there, and I don't think Liquid's going to be prepared for this should he decide to push up at the right time. A couple of players here. oSee. Oh, wow. oSee with a nutty shot through the wall onto Brehze. Makes it a 5v4. Good Molotov thrown there for Toxic Barrels by Rush, and he's going to capitalize with the frag onto Nitro. 4v4 now, but Liquid know the hit's coming to B. What a flashbang thrown. Was that? I thought they were blind. They were, but I guess Nap actually, yes, self-flash there. Sir comes back with 2, and Stewie gets oSee, though. What a crazy round, swinging back and forth. Shocks, the last one standing. They are trying to get to the A site right now because they know that Shocks has the advantage given how much HP they have, and they will get to the A site. But wow, this round has been nuts.
It has been nuts. It looked like it was going to be controlled from Liquid after that 2K coming through from NAF, and just anything but. Kit can be retrieved here. That's a critical piece for Shocks. That's what he stopped for. Teammates coming. Hey, there's a kit right behind you. Finds that. Buys him precious time. 5 more seconds with which to operate. Can Shocks pull off this 1v2? He's a wily customer, but he's just been spotted. He's given up information, and the player's close, but he's got the shot. He only needs to connect 1. The player's low, as we discussed.
Yep.
He can force this issue, and he's still got time to play with. He's still got the clock. This is where that kit makes a huge difference, but Stewie, with the pressures of leading, fall away as his teammates do. Stewie steps up to do it himself.
Wow, Stewie has certainly had his struggles getting the frags, right? Because he's been so focused on IGLing and having to be the most communicative person on the team. It's a lot harder when you're always spending your time talking to get the frags up. And, well, at least there, like you said, only one left. So you just have to focus on hitting the shot, and that he did.
Well,
All
he
right.
also, it's interesting, in an interview, Stewie talked about the
Yeah.
fact that there's not so many vocal leaders on this team as well.
Yeah.
How he's really having to shoulder the burden of that, and he also said he doesn't have someone to tell him when he's doing something wrong, which it was an interesting point, I thought. They have a player pushing the corner, but they don't realize that Stewie's here. The cavalry is here. And this one's looking like it might just turn into a bit of a clean-up round. Engagement to connector, and oSee will get the better of that one. Oh, and get more! This is interesting. Hemmed into the corner. It looked like it could be so good, but it still just might. Shocks in another clutch. She's so close and last. This time, Brehze is low again. What does he have to operate with? He does have a smoke. No kit this time, so he's going to have to just get the kills, most like. 10-second defuse is a bit much to ask.
Smoke.
He's going to stick.
Be
No.
good.
He's trying to bait them in, I think. Yeah. And they are going to take the bait. Did they see him?
He won't have time to defuse, though.
Assuming he's not on it. He doesn't have time anymore. They have won it. Just the patience coming through from EG, and that is going to be the round. A critical one to win here for Evil Geniuses after the pause. Take two.
I would have almost rather Shocks tried to stick that without a kit and having the smoke already. EG didn't even really peek. He could have gotten it. So anyway, look, I still like the idea as EG off that pause, Mike, have not lost a round. So they got a couple in a row. That's not too shabby. And now the pause is going to be called by Liquid because they're the ones who need to make the adjustment. So, I mean, the one good thing for Liquid is they're making the rounds expensive for EG. Oh,
We have our observer,
okay.
I think.
Hopefully. But yeah, as I was saying, one good thing is they're making the rounds expensive for EG. The bad news is EG's not on their CT side. So when you're on T side, it's a lot easier to absorb those casualties. And that's exactly what EG's been doing. And they continue to run forward with mostly AKs. This time they're having to settle for a Galil, and utility might be a bit lighter than they'd like. But 7 rounds already on T side on Overpass is pretty darn good.
We have our observer back. Shout out to J-Raz for coming back in. You don't have to watch Darth Mike observing anymore.
Yay.
I can let the tension relieve. It's too, yeah, no. This
Honestly,
this is so much better.
Auto director was lost too.
Yeah, so the thing is when there's no delay, the way auto director works is it just knows when there's delay in a Go TV, right? From when the round actually happened to when the Go TV is, it just knows who gets the kill. So it knows who to observe. If there's no delay, the auto director doesn't work. That's where you need the real observer. You need J-Raz in the server. A little bit of damage in this round, but it's not looking like it's going to be much. Still, there's a chance for things to get frisky, and well, the chance is pretty much done now.
Yeah.
No
I like the idea. It was a good idea from Liquid, just push all the USBs up close and personal towards Fountain, and they did get the damage. Stewie is dropped, but they couldn't finish off the rest of the frags, and automatic spots out Nitro at Sandbags. That'll be that. EG are going to take the lead into the second half. The question is, how big can they build up this lead? Honestly, quite surprising that they were able to come back against Liquid here. It didn't look like it was going to happen.
They're having a really nice showing here on Overpass.
Yeah.
They really are. They're making some serious noise in a way that maybe Liquid weren't expecting. Still, it's gonna be a full series, but you gotta be excited about this if you're an Evil Geniuses fan. You gotta be very excited about this indeed. I seem to remember them having an overtime game. Was that one? I don't know.
It was on Inferno, yeah. It was a 19-17 win for Liquid. Yes.
They've had some spicy games lately.
Yeah, it was 3 months ago. So at the beginning of these projects, right? It was Blast Premier Spring Groups 2022.
I haven't had an Overpass matchup between these two teams in a while.
Yeah, before when the rosters were completely different, I think they did. But
It
yeah.
tracks to the Cloud9 score, which is interesting. The HLTV stats, because of the score,
I saw, yeah.
was part of C9. It tracks them in the head-to-head. pretty amusing.
Yeah, I'm not sure those results mean much, though.
No, basically no relevance at this point.
Yeah. I admire HLTV's algorithm, though.
Brehze, big kill to find there. Shots cleared out towards long. Taking this long position, taking this long control, and now they're beating their path through the bathrooms. Potentially in towards the site. oSee's here, but he doesn't have his op. We used to call this oSee pass in previous iterations of oSee teams. But without the op, I don't know if it's so much of an oSee pass. Still, he is an able rifler, and
He's very good at
may
rifling.
get a chance. Oh, gets his head ripped clean off. Nice shot from Rush. And with that, the site is taken. There's even a logic here to saving already, but not willing to do so. Naf will go into the fray. Gets one. Can't quite corral the spray for the second. At this point, with this bomb going down, do they really want to risk it? It seems like they do. But this is bold, to say the least. Liege with one. 2v3 now, much more obtainable. Do they have kits? They don't have kits. They also don't have any remaining utilities, so they're going to have to just get the kills. It's a big one to find. Still a player on the truck, and that's a freebie for Brehze. One more, all that's required. The clutch attempt from Liege is off to a rocky start here. And that might just be it. Brehze is just buying time, buying seconds. Does he have time for this defuse? He's just going to have to stick it if he will. Full 10 second. Yeah, it's not happening. Wants to kill. Won't get that. Automatic. Keeps it in control. And finds 9 for EG.
Another expensive round for EG, but they do not care. They've got 9 rounds under their belts, and of course the economy's already been built up to a point where it makes all of those deaths a moot point. Wow. Looking over at Team Liquid, Liege has still been, he was playing well in the early goings, but kind of quieting down now. And in particular, oSee, I should be pointing out, only at 4 frags on a CT side. The problem has been he hasn't been able to get the big green in his hands. And, well, now Liquid's trying to go for a quick push here towards Fount, and Brehze immediately takes down Nitro, and that's going to force, I believe it was Naf, to fall back. And yeah, they're just going to go for a more passive play. But yeah, I mean, EG, should everything go right in this round, which, I mean, technically in their favor, could be double digits, 10-4.
It is looking pretty phenomenal. I mean, this is a brilliant start considering the circumstances, the history between these two teams of late, between the two new rosters, if you will. There's been a couple people missing, shall we say, for the Liquid side. Nitro's been getting bullied towards that B side. And oSee, the guy who just got dropped, has not had a lot of chances to have impact. Even with the AWP,
No.
it's been a little bit of a rough road here. And considering how dominant he was in their last series, it's not what you love to see. Still. See if they can get warmed up here as we may be approaching the second half sooner rather than later. Right here comes one. Elite does win that. Liege certainly still delivering, but unfortunately there's only so much he could do when he gets spammed out through the panel. Here comes some
Shox.
energy. Yeah. Shox clutch. Shox Deagle clutch. Shox Deagle 1. Not quite a clutch job.
I was going to say no. He's not going to have much he could do here, given his positioning and the players that were coming towards him. So that's it. 10-4 in favor of EG. Even though going back to, I think it was round number 11, Liquid had won 4, or further back than that, I think they had won 4 of the 6 rifle rounds. First 6 rifle rounds, 4 of them went their way, and now it's just been all EG since that point. That timeout was magical, it seems.
Yeah, Malik, MVP of this map for that one timeout.
Yeah, yep.
Brehze. Oh my goodness, Brehze. All right, that's the form we're looking for. That's the Brehze we want to see. Get some more of it. Aggression coming through. I mean, they have to at this point. They have to take some control, but Liege, he only finds the shoulder, and instead he loses his life. They're trying to go for the aggro play, and at least Brehze has been dropped, but it's 2v4. He's done so much work. It's plenty. And one of the guys who has to hold on is Nitro, who has been having a rough time of it here on B. Oh, he hears the footsteps. He knows they're coming, but Naf can't get here in time. Nitro does find one, but it's one and done, and that's frankly just not good enough here. It puts a huge clutch on the back of Naf. Let's see if it does, in fact, feel good to be a Naffer. Moves in towards the site. There's a player just to his right. He's going to have to hard clear this, otherwise he's a dead man, and they're tucked. They're tucked. He should be a goner. This just isn't happening. Eventually, the kill's going to come through. Stewie should have the punish for sure. And there it is. Some quick taps in. And the half goes the way of EG in a big way. 11-4. We'll be back after this quick break.
We've been tested to our limits. Don't hold back, won't surrender. Take it to the edge of a reason. Never give it up. It's in our blood. It flows in us. Won't give it up. Won't give it up. This is our fate. We'll light the stage. Won't give it up. We're the ones that never back down. Give you something to believe in. Take it to the edge of a reason. Never give it up. Stones in a helpful hand. Broken bones in a bloodstained flag. Open road and nomadic plans. I'm coming to get ya. I'm coming to get ya. I'ma bring it in the firefight. I'm coming to get ya. I'm coming to get ya. I'm the reaper in the dead of night. Lightning strikes in a quiet town. Bodies fall upon sacred ground. Burn that flag and a king is crowned. Coming to get.
And we're back. Half number 2. Team Liquid on the ropes. EG
Yeah.
crushing them. Brehze looking like it's 2018. I love it.
I mean, this has been Brehze's form over the last few months, so we got to get used to it. And 18-8. Look, I mean, everyone was winning their duels on EG. That was the reason why they were able to go on that run. But it was Brehze opening up the space round after round after round. And, well, we'll see if it carries over onto their CT side where they're going to be on the defensive end. Cirque gets the opener on a leash, then gets a second on Shocks. oSee's going to have to do work along with Naf. They're charging on forward. Naf isolates the player over a bank, but it's Cirque again with a 3K. Bomb plant faked so oSee can get another headshot, but he might be by his lonesome soon, and he is. Cirque finds the fourth, trying to get the ace, can't do it, but Brehze shuts down oSee. 12th round for EG, and they carry over where they left off in that first half.
Now, I do have to issue a correction. 2019 was the year Brehze was the number 8 player in the world, not 2018.
That's okay.
Just
I
important
think
to clarify.
we all forgive you, Mike.
Important to clarify there. Number 20 in 2020 as well. Maybe another one on deck for Brehze. Gonna have to keep stepping it up, but I mean, I'd love to see it. He is a player where it's just like, what happened? And then maybe this is him finding that confidence again, which you would love to see. Here comes the aggression out from Liquid as they are going to try and chase some stuff down, maybe get something out of this round. They really do need to win this one, to be quite frank. This is the force buy. Otherwise, you're going to see a pretty daunting lead, shall we say, before we get a real Liquid competition. Boost up over the side. Nice setup. 3 players here. A Liege. Oh,
Wow.
my goodness. What a shot. A snipe. Looking for more as well. These bullets they will dodge at the very least, but it's looking brutal. Now shots coming out from the site. Pressure on for these EG players. Haven't at least able to hold Team Liquid at bay. And look at the positioning for Stewie. The rotations are not going to be easy if they come through. EG will have plenty of warning. So this is going to be the hit. It's going to be towards A. Also 45 seconds. You're just kind of running out of clock here, John.
Yeah, but I mean, I still like the way Liquid's approaching this. The thing is, there are 3 EG players waiting on the other side, and they've all got rifles, or most
Big
of them
kill.
anyway. Cirque, yeah, very big kill onto Shocks. Automatic could get a follow-up. He does. That's Nap. Automatic finally does go down to Nitro. Brehze exposed here at Truck. Can't finish his food, and finally does. oSee goes down, and that will isolate the last 2. That'll be that. EG hang on, and they fend off the force buy.
Yeah, they do. Normally, a lot of teams like to play fast when you have those limited buys, right? Obviously, Elite gets that really nice scout shot. A lot of teams would just collapse on towards the site. Liquid kind of stall out. And when they stall out, suddenly they're hemmed in. Stewie's controlling the rotation, so then the remaining 3 players from EG can chill on site, and those rifle advantages start to come through when they can play the crossfires, when they can play the angles, when they can set up on site. Definitely missed opportunity perhaps for Liquid after getting that initial pick. The Eags are going to be out here, but you're starting to wonder whether Overpass might just be going away, VG.
I mean, I thought this would be a quick map, Mike, but not in this direction. I thought Liquid would be able to shut them down. Anyway, it's far from over. Automatics can get 2, and Naf finds the response here against Automatic with the Glock headshot. Now we'll upgrade himself to the MP9. And at least a little bit of space game from Liquid, but I'm not sure what they're going to be able to do with it, because only Naf is there, and he will have to retreat here as that AK from Stewie is firing away in his direction. Liquid going to go back to that A hit, and it isn't a bad idea right now as they have the numbers, but no, Naf heading back through connector, at least for now. Maybe he's just looking for a flank that might have come in from EG.
Audio cue has been heard. Oh, can't hit the shot over the APC, though. That's a tricky one. oSee doesn't connect, and the Molotov reports him back, and the flashbang. I mean, he's dead. Cirque looking a little crispy there as well. Nice transfer. And this one should be over. And indeed, it is. Cirque stacks on a 3rd kill to pad his tally. He's up to 20 kills on this map. It's Cirque and Brehze. You know, it's like everyone expected. 21 kills for Brehze, 20 for Cirque. Looking pretty dang good here on Overpass. Looking comfortable.
Jeez. Well, I mean, if you can always have Cirque and Brehze playing like this, then you're looking at an entirely different EG. But the question is, can they find this kind of form consistently? It hasn't been the case yet. 10-round lead, though, for EG. And now Liquid are onto the rifle buy-up. It's going to be AKs across the board. That nade is meaty, connecting on Shocks, take him down to 55. And Liquid is trying to move their way out of connector towards short A. And it looks like EG have a read here on the B side, because there are 4 players here. Only 1 on A, but now that's quickly going to change. Maybe they just wanted to have the early presence at the B site to fend off a quick push. And now you see that is Rush rotating back towards A. That said, the ace is a little bit soft at the FAMAS. I say that, and Rush gets a frag immediately onto Shocks.
That's a nice pick as well. It's going to slow them down.
Yeah.
It's going to slow them down, and with this deep control in towards the sewers, EG could be very comfortable to float that 3rd player up. So now they've got the reinforcement. They got the bastion of strength here. Well, they do clearly have an idea about where these EG players are playing from. They don't have the potential to punish it. That's a huge kill from Elige. Great spray control, right? Gets the damage, pulls the shot, and then just keeps spraying and having it lined up for when the peak comes through. That's a nice predictive play. Probably tucked in by Optimus, though. That's going to be the critical piece. Do they clear Rush? They do. Okay. That had to happen for this to be around, and now oSee gets 1 more. It's starting to look downright crispy, and indeed it is going to be a round for Team Liquid. Only 1 player surviving. Cirque with the AWP as well. He's going to play a game of hide the up, most likely. Might try for an exit. Would be nice to limit their economy going forward, but really keeping your own big green alive is way more important than anything you could take out of their hands.
Yeah, and oSee starting to pick up the pace a little bit, heating up here on this T side. He had a couple in the pistol round and 2 more here. Maybe once he gets the
He's lukewarm at best right now. Tepid,
Yeah.
one might say.
He needs to start getting to the boiling point.
Yeah, he was cold. Now he's
Yes.
like tepid. You know, it's like when you're gonna cook a steak, right? He's been taken out of the fridge and put on the counter to come up to room temperature. Now we need to see if we can put a nice sear on him and get him ready to serve. That's the question. No one likes room temperature steak.
I don't think it's safe to eat room
No,
temperature.
decidedly not. Decidedly not. Especially
Don't
if it's just
do
been
that.
left out on the counter and it hasn't been cooked. So we got to get the
Yes.
sear on him if Team Liquid are going to
Yes.
bring the heat to this matchup, because obviously they're still 9 rounds back.
Well, it's far from out of the realm of possibility because EG were losing the bodies early on. As you can see, they're going for a half buy here instead of investing around the AWP. They could have. Stewie with 4K and Automatic with 3K, but they decide to play it safe and hope that Sir can do the damage. Yes, Mike.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, you've got this huge cushion of rounds, right?
Yep. True.
Might as well keep it alive for longer. That was a huge opportunity for Surf, but he did, in fact, miss. Big whiffo. But might give an opportunity over to Liquid. And now they know where the op is. Do they adjust? Do they rotate? It seems like they might. That bomb's not moving just yet. But they have taken this control out towards long. There's someone jump spawning APC. But it's just Automatic with a B250, no armor. So what's he going to do?
Get info, at least.
That's what he seems to be trying to do. Stewie's come up to join him. Still just 2 pistols. But Liquid are so spread out. We're hitting a minute on the clock. They're just now starting to make these inroads towards long. But the bomb still has not tipped their hand as to where they actually want to finish. Might just come down to that first pick. Are they going in? Oh, they're going into B. This is interesting. And they don't clear. They don't clear. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They have not revealed the player in the corner just yet. This could be huge. What's he going to do? Brehze is going to do nothing.
I'm surprised.
Naf checked it.
I'm surprised Naf checks that after. Well, Naf gets a nice shot onto Stewie afterwards because his teammate just walked through and he's like, it's no one's there, right? Usually that's the instinct you have, but he does decide to clear it, and it is absolutely the right decision. Brehze could have done more damage, but instead his teammates end up going down, and he is one of the last ones standing. That said, as you mentioned, for EG, they've still got a massive cushion. So they are going to have a lot of opportunities to close out Liquid here. Thing is, they still haven't found magic number 15.
That's
Need that 15th round.
Sometimes you get a little nervous. Nervous. You don't get that final round. 11-4, Zonic's Law, all that stuff. Can't get rushed. Trying for the little spams on through. Stewie not collecting just yet, but he is going to have more opportunities. That one tickled the lead. But just a tick. Nothing more to show for it. Had to taking some control into what's connected. Taking his space. It's a pretty standard round from EG. We're not seeing any of that aggression we had previously. They know there was presence by the connector, so they're not going to take this space. And now, what's the audio cues that are being heard here from Automatic? He wants to go around, but there's a player coming in late. The op is trained on the angle as well. Oh, what are they going to do here? Trying to bait out that shot, but with a player close, Automatic goes down. Nicely done from Nitro. And based on the setup, he knows not to go around the corner because there might just be an op holding on.
Yep.
So that's a huge initial pick to find. It seems like it's going to actually send them towards the other side of the map, towards B. 50 seconds on the clock. Looks like they want to execute in. And so a huge piece is going to come down to Brehze. We talked about how impactful he was in that first half. How could he find more? They're going through the smoke. They're going through the smoke. He's dead.
No.
Expecting to play the anti-flash. He sets up Stewie instead for 2. That drops the bomb as well. Needs that kill, but cannot find it. Moves into the 2v3. One player limping. It's Elige, who has been collected, but forced into the graffiti corner. How does Rush get that kill? Shock! Such a missed opportunity here. The bomb has to be planted still. It's gone down. oSee in a 1v2. Has the AWP. Gets the chance for the plant. They're going to have to come around it. He's posting up. He wants his fight. He wants his action. He's got the first. How low is Rush? So low, and oSee knows it. He collects with the Tech 9. A 1v2 clutch to keep Team Liquid's dream here alive.
Yeah, someone calmed to him and said, look, Rush is low at graffiti, pull out your pistol, and that's exactly what he did. And he took care of business. Nice little 1v2 clutch coming through from oSee. As mentioned, he was very quiet in that first half, but here we go. His awakening has come. 7th round gain for Liquid. Still a long way to go to get back into this one, but things are starting to trend very nicely in their direction. And We're going to see an execute happening here, potentially onto the B side. Already utility thrown quite quickly, and you see a couple of players going into water. Liquid might want to try to blitz B right now. Smoking to get thrown towards sandbags. Stewie walks beyond it and gets spotted out in that small gap. And here come Team Liquid, wasting absolutely zero time. Bomb's going to be planted. EG just on a pistol buy-up, of course, are not going to be able to do much of anything on a retake here, so might just wait for some exit frags and maybe upgrade to a rifle. But outside of that, this will be a very quick 8-round victory for Liquid. Shock's playing with fire here. Does manage to take down Automatic and survive with his late. He's got the support of a leash, which is the reason why he gets to stay alive. And while Cirque and Rush positions are now known, they will be surrounded and taken care of by NAF. 8th round for Liquid very quickly.
NAF chasing those kills. No one survives.
Oh,
oSee
what was
knifes
that?
Shocks. Puts him down in the dirt. Blood sacrifice. Blood for the blood gods. Fortunately, it's all right. They have plenty of money. It's not really an
But
issue.
why?
I don't know. He's probably just wildly swinging, and Shocks got close to him. Got sucked into his orbit. oSee was mad. He didn't get enough of kills there. He needed a blood sacrifice. Shocks being the team player that he is, was like, that's cool. Take my life, bro. Take my energy. Literally. Not figuratively. Vampire style, take my energy. Here comes the fast play out playground. That nade is chunky. And these footsteps are heard. Automatic has so many audio cues right here. Right? He knows they're right here. They are making no secret of it. Automatic's going to get one for free. Does he realize it's a player pass? He does. And he lives. And even gets one more. Shocks down for the count. They've taken this bathroom control, but at what cost? I guess they expected EG to be playing far back, and, well, they just aren't. Had to get that kill in the second on the turn. Suddenly, this is a round that could be something, but as he overplays in towards Cirque, it's still going to be a challenging round. With the flank from Brehze, oSee finding one. Oh, they get past Brehze. They had to. Timing was everything there. What's Brehze going to do? What's Brehze going to do?
Does Nitro have a...
Does he overplay this? Oh, no, Nitro! No idea, no clue! Blindsided, another clutch is required of oSee. Moving in. He's got the shot. And he's nailed it. Brehze down to another clutch. He has no clue where the other player is. This is the one he doesn't have info on. Cirque. It's been too long since he was last spotted. But it's an op-on-op rule. Cirque trained on the angle. The flashbang is good, but the shot is not. Oh, and Cirque with the flick hits it. oSee had the chance. He was blind.
oSee missing by a hair on the flick. Might have also been moving a little bit too much, but he had the read, the flashbang, everything going oSee's way to ensure another clutch, and then misses the shot. So EG do indeed get that 15th. And now they have 7 opportunities to close this one out and send us to map number 2 with a 1-0 EG lead, which I'm sure a lot of people weren't thinking was going to happen, given how the matchup between these two squads has gone so far. Cirque going to be having a peek with that AWP from short bathrooms here into party. No one spotted out just yet. And in fact, Liquid playing this very, very slowly. They know what is at stake. They don't want to make a mistake here. Trying to get back to winning ways, and Cirque legs a leash, or might have hit him through the wall.
Through the divider,
survives. Yep.
Yeah, through the divider. Damage done still. This is going to be a cheeky angle for Automatic. Time is going to be everything here. Teammates are with, but Team Liquid, as you said, they're holding it back. They're on tenterhooks here. And oSee's leading the charge in towards bathrooms. Does he clear this up close? Nope, that's a freebie. Oh, almost looked like... Oh, Automatic. Automatic knows he's scoped. Oh, my goodness. What a play. The sneaky play. He knows where the next is. He's in the back lines. It's complete chaos. What a maneuver from Automatic. The savvy vet takes his second victim. He is a nightmare for them right now. oSee will correct his blunder with the no-scope, but it may be too late. Too much damage may have been done. It's even numbers here, and time is getting short. 30 seconds on the clock. What a play from Automatic.
Fantastic.
3,000 IQ. Recognizes it, awaits a tick, and just past the scope. oSee, though. It's a reason why he tried to avoid the scope. It's deadly. He's hit another. The shadow gives it away, and Cirque will not miss that. The second as well. His op is stronger. You cannot hold him off. oSee, his second no-scope of the round, but there's one more player to find.
No bomb plant. There's no time.
And he doesn't have time. That's going to be the game. That's going to be it, folks. It's Evil Geniuses snatching that one away from their opponents, taking the dub here. As we will be moving on to map number 2. Moving on to the Vertigo.
Wow. I want to break down